Joining me now from Fort Worth, Texas, author, speaker, and fellow at the Falkirk Center at Liberty University, David J. Harris, Jr. David, you're on record saying that Donald Trump has done more for the black community, as it is, so-called black community, in this country than any president since Abraham Lincoln. If he's done so, something like that, it's because he's working on constitutional liberty-based principles of less government, less taxes, more liberty, and a helping hand, not a handout.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, what this president has done in the 3 short years that he's been in office has been amazing for all Americans. I'll say that first and foremost. But he didn't just stop there. You know, he said to the black community, what do you have to lose? He didn't talk about prison reform going in. He didn't talk about historical black colleges and universities going in. He didn't talk about opportunity zones going in. But the fact that he has triumphed in all 3 of those issues, giving more money to historical black colleges and universities than Obama ever did, and then signing it into law so that it's not used as a bargaining chip come budget time at the end of the year, the opportunity zones is going to see massive impact in 9,000 communities, mostly black communities all over the country. Close to $100 billion is going to pour into that. So now it's just getting that message, and the fact that we've seen 23 straight months under 7%, plus record-breaking, historic all-time lows in unemployment for the black community. It's about getting that message to the black community so that they know the facts, because they're not hearing it from the liberal mainstream media. Right. They don't want to give them any credit, but we got to get it out there.
And that's the question, and that's the problem. The question and the problem rolled into one. Black Voices for Trump. You're part of that organization. You're spearheading that organization. It's an offshoot of the Trump 2020 campaign, if you will. How do you get the message out there? How do you get the truth out there when you're facing a mainstream media that has a veritable news blackout, veritable good news blackout vis-a-vis the black community and Donald Trump?
Well, what we plan to do, and I'm part of a great team, I'm on the advisory board. What we plan to do is actually go to the black community, meet them where they're at through black newspapers in cities across the country, magazines, black television, and we plan on buying up ad space through the campaign is going to get ad space in all these different demographical place points for the black community to actually see the truth of what's taking place, to bypass the liberal mainstream media. And we know we're going to be effective because so much. I travel all over the country, and I've talked to so many black Americans that have no idea of the advances and the progress and the benefits that this president has accomplished for the black community, because they're not hearing about it. But when they hear about it, it makes them take a second guess. They say, you know what, I need to look into this. And once they do, they'll see that we're right, and they'll see that, you know, well, they'll see why we champion this president and why we're going to vote for him again this year.
Sure, they connect the dots like any voter. Hey, you know, this kind of makes sense. I got 30 seconds left, David. You know, across America, there are many closeted Trump supporters out there who will not in public admit that they're supporting the president. It's unfortunate, yeah, but it's a sign of our times, right? I don't want to get into that. But do you believe that there are X amount of black voters? And again, I hate to paint a broad brush by color especially, but for the sake of argument, do you believe there's X amount of black voters out there that are closeted Donald Trump supporters?
I absolutely believe that there are, and I think that we're going to see the real results of what this president has done come election time. I would not be surprised if he got over 20% of the black vote, and that's what I'm believing for, so we'll see what happens.
Well, you know, I think black voters are like any other voter in this country, and that is in the end when they go in the ballot booth, or in California they mail in their ballot or what have you, they're going to vote with their wallet, like millions and millions of other Americans will do on Election Day. David, thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.